Hello and welcome to the Week 13 predictions video. I got a few games on the list, I believe 20 total for this week, so I'm going to jump right into it. Number 18, Mississippi State at Ole Miss. I got Mississippi State winning this one on the road. It is a rivalry game. A lot of these are going to be rivalry games this weekend. That being said, I still think Mississippi State is the better team this year. Next was number 14, Texas at Kansas. I got Texas winning this game. I feel like Kansas is on an uptick, a slight uptick, but not that much of an uptick. Next is number 9, UCF at USF. This in-state rivalry is going to be a fun one. I think it's going to be high scoring, but I got UCF winning this one on the road. Next is number 6, Oklahoma at number 13, West Virginia. I got Oklahoma winning this one on the road. However, expect West Virginia to keep it close. And this has implications of a potential rematch in the conference championship game. It would take a lot for that to happen. That being said, it still could happen. Next is number 16, Washington at number 8, Washington State. I got Washington State winning this one at home. They're on a mad streak right now. Honestly think that a couple of blown calls and that weren't missed, and they'd be undefeated right now, be making a huge change on the whole playoff picture right now. That being said, they still lost to USC, but I got Washington State. I think they're gonna do some good stuff. They're going to the conference championship if they win this game, and I think they do. Next is number 4, Michigan at number 10, Ohio State. I got Michigan winning this one on the road. Ohio State, ever since that Purdue game, has just not been impressive. Even in their wins, they beat Nebraska by a small margin. They may have manhandled on defense, Michigan State, but they couldn't put any offense together. And then last weekend, going against Maryland, having to go to overtime and relying on Maryland just dropping a pass for a 2-point conversion in order to win the game. It's just, I don't know that Ohio State is ready this year. It feels like there's a lot of disconnect. The talent is there, but the coaching is where it's kind of lacking, which is interesting coming from an Urban Meyer coached team. Next is Georgia Tech at number 5, Georgia. This in-state rivalry, it's going to be interesting. Georgia Tech, I think, is going to keep it close for the first half of the game, but then in the third quarter, Georgia's going to start pulling away. I got Georgia winning this one at home. Next is number 11, Florida at Florida State. I got Florida winning this one. I know I picked them last year and they didn't win it, but I really think that this Florida team is different from last year's Florida team, and I think that this Florida State team is just, it's really struggling. They did beat Boston College last weekend to avoid the 7th loss, but I don't think they avoid it this time. I got Florida winning this one. Next is number 20, Syracuse at Boston College. I got Syracuse winning this one. I know the numbers are favoring Boston College right now because of Eric Dungy's availability or lack thereof. But I still think Syracuse is overall a better team. Boston College has got a great defense, though. It's going to be low scoring, I think. I'm going with Syracuse on the road, though. Next is Auburn at number 1, Alabama. I've got Alabama winning this game, but Auburn will keep it close. I think Auburn's better than their record says they are. That being said, I still think Alabama wins this one and goes into their conference championship game undefeated. Maryland at number 12, Penn State. I've got Penn State winning this one because they are at home. That being said, Maryland's going to keep it close. And expect a lot of fight out of Maryland. This is a Maryland team that's trying to make it to bowl eligibility with a win here, so keep an eye on them. Next is Illinois at number 19, Northwestern. I got Northwestern winning this game at home. Illinois is just not that good this year, and Northwestern is already punched their ticket to the Big Ten championship game. So right now, this is just another win for their season to pad their rankings. Hopefully, trying to get into the Rose Bowl if they can win the conference championship. Next is number 24, Pitt at Miami of Florida. If you'll remember the game last year where unranked Pitt surprised the undefeated Miami team and beat them up, I don't think that's going to happen again. However, I do think Pitt wins the game on the road here. I think this Pitt team is better than last year's Pitt's team, and this Miami team is not the same Miami team they had a year ago. So I got the Pitt team on the road here, but it's going to be close. Next is South Carolina at number 2, Clemson. I've got Clemson winning this game at home, but there's one of two ways this game's going to go. It's going to be really, really close all the way to the end, and whoever has the ball last wins. Or Clemson's going to run away with it. But I'm picking Clemson to win the game. Number 15, Kentucky at Louisville. It's a no-brainer for me to pick Kentucky on the road here. Kentucky's had a good season. They're, I believe, an 8-win team right now, looking at going to 9 wins on the season. And Louisville's just not been good this year. So I got to pick Kentucky. Kansas State at number 25, Iowa State. I've got Iowa State winning this game. I think they're going to bounce back from their loss last week and take out their frustrations on Kansas State at home. Next is number 7, LSU at number 22, Texas A&M. I've got LSU winning this game. I know they're on the road. They're playing the Texas A&M team in their house. But I just think that LSU is on the right track right now, and they're going to look to finish off the season strong. Next is number 3, Notre Dame at USC. One of the biggest rivalries next to maybe the Michigan, Ohio State, and the Alabama, Auburn. This one has had a lot of high-profile games in the past. This season, only one team is ranked. USC suffering from the first-year quarterback syndrome. I think they're going to be good next year. Don't get me wrong. And they're decent this year. They're not terrible, but USC needs this win here to become bowl eligible. They are 5-6 right now in the season. Notre Dame's looking to go 12-0 for just the second time under Brian Kelly, and I think Notre Dame gets the win on the road here. However, I expect USC to give them everything they've got, and I expect it to be a close game until the end. Next is BYU at number 17, Utah. I've got Utah winning this game at home, and I think it's just BYU's good. I just don't know if they're ready to slow down this Utah team, who's really on a roll right now. And last but not least, I got number 21, Utah State at number 23, Boise State. Now, this one's interesting. Utah State is on a 10-game win streak. They are 10-1 after losing their season opener by 7 points at Michigan State. That being said, Boise State is 9-2, and their losses are to Oklahoma State and I forget who else, but it's a pretty big profile team. It's not like they lost to a nobody. That being said, I'm going with Boise State at home here. I just feel like them being at home gives them the slight edge. It's going to be a close game, high scoring more than likely, but I got Boise State. And that is it for my Week 13 predictions. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Who do you have winning? What is your playoff picture shaping up like? I can't wait to see you guys after the weekend for the Week 13 recap video. And if you like what I'm doing, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Like I said, I'll see you after the weekend for the Week 13 recap.